The Thursday night game, Rams and Bills. This is the only game where right out the gate, or I guess I won't even say that because the Chiefs came right out the gate and were awesome offensively too. But the Bills came out, and as far as like the early slated games, then you compare that to the Bills game. The Bills came out and were awesome offensively.
I am feeling good about my Super Bowl pick right now.
You should.
They're the heavy favorites for good reason. That team is so good.
That team rocks, bro. They're awesome.
Allen played so incredible. And I saw people like, he threw 2 picks. You can't say he played incredible. Shut the fuck up, please. Those were accurate passes that those 2 picks came
Okay, hold on. Theo, do you agree with me that second interception was not Allen's fault? Or not entirely Allen's fault?
If I were to give it kind of the 0 to 4 grade, like on my interception scale, I would say I'd say he threw it late. I'd say there was a moment where he was more open than maybe. I think he got to the read a little late. But I do think what's his name should have attacked the ball. He should have kind of attacked the ball a little bit more.
When he came out of that route
forward.
Did you see how he came like at the top of that route? He's jogging. I am like he is not running full speed coming out of that.
Was
route.
It zone? I don't.
It was man. Okay, it was a cover. I went back and watched the All-22 on this because I was just getting so like heated about this with Twitter. It was a cover 1 zone with a linebacker underneath, and I don't know if he was
cover 1 zone,
a cover one man with a linebacker underneath, and I couldn't tell if he was playing like a middle zone or if he was spying Allen, but that wasn't really what I was focused on.
Both.
Probably a little bit of both. But what I wanted to see was the end zone angle because I wanted to watch Allen's eyes. And sure enough, Allen spent the majority of that play. He wanted Stephon Diggs on the outside because Stephon had one-on-one press coverage with Jalen Ramsey. And it looked like at the point where Allen wanted to throw this, because I think he ended up double clutching it, at the point where Allen wanted to throw it, Diggs was covered. But then like when Allen took his eyes off Diggs, he ended up actually being open, and that probably would have been a catch on the sideline. But then by the time he gets back to, I cannot remember who the receiver.
It was Jamison Crowder.
Jamison Crowder. He gets to Jamison Crowder, and at that point, that's when people are like, oh, well, the pass is late. And I'm watching this play like develop, and I'm like, I don't think Jamison Crowder or Gabe Davis thought that pass was ever going to go to them. And then like Allen comes to rip this absolute laser, and Crowder's like, oh shit, I am not like running for this ball.
There were maybe some things that Allen could have done better, but overall it was a catchable pass. It wasn't a pass that deserved to be intercepted. Like, oh my God, it deserves to be picked. Allen got the ball out in 2.32 seconds on average, 2.32. Ben Roethlisberger last year was famously the fastest quarterback to get like a pass out on average. It was 2.36. Yeah. So imagine if Ben Roethlisberger was getting the ball out that fast. Allen's accuracy, like his on-target percentage, was charted at 97% by Sports Info Solutions. So imagine if Ben Roethlisberger had like the pre-snap understanding of defenses and that kind of timing with perfect accuracy, basically, and also hit like some 50-yard touchdowns on the run in that game. Like, it was just even though it was 2 picks.
Kay Adams did an interview. Kay Adams did an interview with Sean Payton prior to the game, and she asked him about Josh Allen, and all he had to say was like he kind of compared him to like a younger Ben Roethlisberger, just in terms of like.
Give me
like prime talent.
Josh Allen over
young. That's what I was thinking of. But I was like, as far as like props though, like youngest guy to ever win a Super Bowl, I was like, that's some pretty high praise.
It is. I mean, Roethlisberger is a future Hall of Famer overall. But the question is, like, yes, the Bills are good. They were getting home rushing 4. Von Miller looked incredible. Yeah. Jordan Phillips looked incredible. Everybody looked great. But are you concerned about the Rams? Do we think the Rams are in trouble, or are they just knocking the rust off?
I'm worried about them.
Terrible. Yeah, super worried.
Offensive line looked bad. And I think I don't know. I think their offense is lacking a lot of juice right now. They need to get the ball to Robinson more.
Robinson, I made a video about this. They're playing, like, I think when they get zone, they just look at Cooper Kupp, which is fair. And because the Bills were starting a 6th-round rookie corner, all the Bills did was play zone. So they're just like, we're just going to pepper Cooper Kupp with targets. And Cooper Kupp had an amazing game. I think when they play more man, we'll see more Allen Robinson. But yeah, this offensive line without Whitworth and without Brian Allen now for the next month or so, it's just a horrible unit. And Matthew Stafford, I don't know how much his elbow was bothering him. He made some nice layered throws to Cooper Kupp. He made some horrible passes, but that's been true of Stafford in the past. So I don't know.
Yeah.
Like, Stafford is not above games like that, even with a functioning elbow. So I don't know, but
it's not the worst. It's not the worst Stafford game I've seen.
They can't play press man coverage because no one except for Ramsey in their cornerback room is good enough to do it. Outside of Donald, like Leonard Floyd and whoever their Von Miller replacement was horrible. I thought Bobby Wagner looked pretty slow, even though he made some plays that showed up on the stat sheet, and he looked kind of slow to me. So yeah, everybody knew I was very worried about the Rams before. I didn't have them in the playoffs, but this is kind of the worst case scenario. They looked like a team that, their head coach thought about retiring the week before. They played 100% 11 personnel. They never brought on 2 tight ends, or it was just the same personnel play in and play out 100% of their plays. So that's just kind of a lack of creativity from McVay that I'm not accustomed to seeing. And it's just like, are they that sure that those are their best 11 guys? Do they not believe in their running backs enough that they want to see anyone else? Like, do they not believe they have depth at tight end where they want to see 2 of them on the field? Like, you're in one personnel the entire game. Kind of makes me think like you don't really trust your depth. And they have starters out there who probably should be depth. Ben Skoranek. So yeah, I'm very worried about them. I'm very worried about them. And yeah, I get that they were playing a very, very great Bills team.